Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to look at mass. In physics, today we're going to look at mass. 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 We're going to look at mass in today's video. So the symbol which is used in physics to represent mass is what is small letter m, which is there. Then the SI unit for mass is kilograms. Then definition of mass. Mass is the quantity of matter contained in a substance. The mass of an object is also measured. It's also the measure of what inertia of that object. The mass of an object is also the measure of its inertia. Measuring instruments. Examples of measuring instruments which are used to measure mass are what? Electric beam balance, and electronic beam balance. Those are examples of instruments which are used to measure mass. So mass of an object is constant, same everywhere. The object is taken, e.g., the mass of the object is constant everywhere, be it on the moon, on the earth. For example, if a stone on the earth is 75 kg, its mass on the moon will also be what? 75 kg, 7 kg. So if you want to convert units here, how do you convert kilograms to grams? Simply say, okay, the meaning of 1 kg simply means 1000 what? Kilograms. And when they say 1 ton, what I mean is that what they're trying to say is that you have 1000 kilograms. When you have 1 ton again, it also means you have 100,000 of kilograms. That's what they mean. That's the language of what? Physics. Dealing with mass. So an example here, we have convert 1200 kg to grams. Of course, we know that 1 kg is equals to 100 grams. So what of 200 kg? It will be equals to what? Just cross multiply there, then you shall find your answer. So let's look at measurements of mass. How do you measure mass? Comparing masses using a beam balance. So this is what you call a beam balance. When measuring the mass of a substance, we compare the mass of the measured object with the standard mass, or in other terms, known mass. So when they say standard mass, what we're trying to say is that they will get already known substance. They will already get a substance which mass is already known. For example, here, the object they got, and they already knew that it was 10 kg. It was 10 kg already. So if you want to measure of the object which is 10 kg, you simply place it on the other hand there. And if the beam balance is up, that simply means that that object which you are measuring is also what? 10 kg as well. That's what we're trying to mean here, or that's how you use what? A beam balance. So we move on to the procedures on placing the same object. If you want to measure its mass, the first thing you need to do is place a standard mass, e.g. 10 kg on the pan. Standard mass of the substance of mass is what? 10 kg. I've already explained. So let's look at the precautions which you need to take or to check out before you start using the beam balance. So the first thing you need to keep in mind before you start using a beam balance is that you need to clean the pans and the beams as well, just in case there's any dusty particles on them. So adjust the zeroing screw so that the pointer coincides with the zero mark as well. Read the mass of the known mass as well. You need to read the mass of the known mass of object when the beam is balanced. So you can do an experiment as well to determine the mass of the liquid. So the aim of the experiment should be to find the mass of the liquid, represented by m. So the materials you need to measure the mass of the liquid, you have number 1, the electric beam balance, beaker, and the liquid. The method: firstly, you can place a dry empty beaker on the electronic beam balance and record its mass. Then pour the liquid into the beaker, measure and record the mass of the liquid and the beaker. Then you need to find the difference between those two, the mass of an empty beaker and the mass when that beaker contained water. Then you subtract, that's the actual mass of that liquid. So the conclusion is that mass of the liquid is equal to mass of the beaker and liquid minus mass of an empty beaker. So one thing you need to check before using that beaker, you need to check if the beaker the beaker must be clean and dried before they use it in the experiment. So we have an example here. In an experiment to determine the mass of a certain volume of paraffin, the mass of the beaker was found to be 20 grams. When the paraffin was poured into the beaker, the mass increased to 42.5 grams. What was the mass of the paraffin? Simply say M2 minus M1. M2 is when the liquid has been put in the beaker, then M1 is when the beaker was empty. Hence is solution here. So there's also an experiment to determine the mass of air. It is straightforward. It's one and the same thing. Okay, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And in the next video, we're going to look at weight.